My beloved child, I am interrupting your day on purpose. Pause here with me. Put your hand over your heart and breathe. Feel the quiet that is settling now. Let the world sow for a moment. I am speaking. I am smiling. I am holding you. My child, stop and see what you have done. You finally did it. You crossed a line you once thought you could never reach. You broke a pattern that shadowed you for years. You chose me when it would have been easier to run. You chose truth when the lie was louder. You chose gentleness when anger begged to lead. You chose to stand when your legs were shaking. You chose to get up when no one was watching. I saw it all. Heaven saw it all. I know the nights that swallowed your words and left only tears. I know the prayers that felt like they fell to the floor. I know the conversation you rehearsed in your mind and never had, the apology you whispered into your pillow, the surrender that cost you more than anyone will ever understand. I know the text you didn't send, the call you didn't return, the door you closed and kept closed because holiness asked for it. I know the way you sat in the car outside your home and cried before walking in with a brave face. I know the days you carried heaviness like a secret coat and still offered others your smile. I know the breathless moments you held my name in your chest like an anchor and whispered, "Help me." I was there. You were never alone. Dearest child, if these words stirred your spirit, keep them safe in your heart. Show your love and faith by blessing this post with a like. Hear me. A storm was not punishment. It was preparation. It did not come to expose your weakness, but to reveal your endurance. It did not arrive to shame you, but to strip away what could not sail into your future. It was not meant to drown you. It taught you to walk on waves. And every time the wind rose, I stood nearer. When you felt me least, I was doing the deepest work. When you could not trace my hand, my heart never left you. I used the resistance to carve strength. I used the waiting to grow wisdom. I used the silence to teach you the sound of my voice. Stop and see. You passed the test. Not because you were flawless, but because you stayed faithful. Not because you felt strong, but because you kept returning. You learned the lesson. You learned the pace of grace. You learned that peace is not a place you visit. It is a person you carry. You learned how to bless what I am doing in you rather than fight for what is leaving. You learned to say no to what steals you and yes to what heals you. You learned to forgive in the middle of the sentence. You learned to keep your heart soft without letting your boundaries fall. You learned to worship without the spotlight, to pray without the answer, to love without the guarantee. You learned me. Heaven has recorded your endurance. Your tears have dates and times beside them in my book. Your acts of obedience, small as mustard seeds, invisible as morning dew, are written in lines of light. Your private victories echo like hymns in my courts. The angels who strengthened you in secret rejoice beside you now. And I, your Father, speak this with a steady, joyful voice. You did it. Do you hear me? You did it. Let me tell you what I saw. I saw you delete the old map and trust me for a new route. I saw you put down the heavy words you could have thrown. I saw you choose rest when shame told you to earn your place. I saw you ask for help instead of pretending you were fine. I saw you confess what was hurting you so I could come closer. I saw you loosen your grip on people you could not save. I saw you break bread with those who misunderstood you and still choose kindness. I saw you take the long way, the faithful way, when shortcuts called your name. You changed the story by staying with me inside the hardest chapter. And now, stop. Breathe again. The striving season is over. The frantic rush that made you think love needed proof is ending here. Lay down the burden of almost. Come out of the room called not yet enough. I remove the sentence of self-judgment you kept repeating. I remove the idea that blessing must be delayed until you are perfect. Listen. I am not waiting to love you. I am not waiting to be proud of you. I am not waiting to bless what I built with you. I delight in you now. Dear one, this ministry stands because of hearts like yours. We truly need your super thanks to keep spreading God's truth every day. Tap the heart below, give your super thanks and help us reach more souls. Together, we will carry His message farther than ever. I am grateful for you. Yes, hear it from my mouth. Thank you for believing when you did not feel me. Thank you for the thin thread faith that you guarded like a candle in wind. Thank you for singing to me when the melody caught in your throat. Thank you for letting me be your home when every other room felt unsafe. Thank you for showing up, again and again, while your heart was still learning to walk. Thank you for trusting that I am good when nothing felt good. Thank you for letting me be enough when your hands were empty. I receive your gratitude. Receive mine. You have learned the language of trust. You have learned the miracle of staying. You have learned the courage of surrender. And now, we turn the page together. A new chapter is unfolding, one of restoration, reward, and renewal. I will restore what sorrow thinned in your soul. I will reward the hours no one applauded. I will renew what fatigue tried to fade. You will not live braced for the next blow. You will live braced by my blessing. You will not hold your breath. You will breathe with me. You will not wake to dread. You will wake to quiet joy. Your home will feel lighter. Your mind will feel clearer. Your body will remember how to rest. Your laughter will return like rain after a long summer. Pause here. Put your name before me. I am writing it across thresholds you have not yet crossed. I am circling it over opportunities you did not think were yours. I am singing it over rooms where favor will find you. I am inscribing it on doors that will open before you touch the handle. What once required force will now respond to faith. Where you pushed and nothing moved, you will speak peace and watch the mountain loosen. Because you stayed with me, I am making the road soft under your steps. Because you chose the narrow gate, I am widening the space within you. Because you forgave, I am removing the grit from your gears. Because you listened, I am amplifying your voice. Because you invested in secret, I am multiplying in public. Because you would not trade your soul for speed, I am giving you the kind of acceleration that keeps your heart intact. Hear the announcement in heaven. They did it. The test is complete. The lesson is learned. The pattern is broken. The baton passes from endurance to ease, from scraping by to standing tall, from survival to song. Not the ease of idleness, but the ease of alignment, the oil of my presence on the gears of your days. You will notice it soon. Emails that write themselves, yeses you did not chase, reconciliations you stopped forcing, ideas that arrive like birds to an open hand. Your burden will lift. Your shoulders will remember how to rest against me. Peace will replace exhaustion. Where there was fog, there will be a sky. Where there was grit in the eyes, there will be clear sight. Where there was a clenched jaw, there will be a smile forming without instruction. Do not fear that resting will make you fall behind. Rest is not retreat. It is reception. Sit with me and receive. Let the river run through ground you kept digging. Let the garden breathe after the storm. Let the light find corners that hid while you were busy enduring. You are allowed to enjoy this. You are allowed to be proud, wholly proud of what we did together. Lift your face. Let me wipe the last tears. Taste sweetness again. Precious child, open yourself to my light. Let it flow through your being. Together, in love, we will soothe and restore every broken soul. I am not finished with you. I am finished with that fight. And in its place, I give you 3 gifts. First, clarity. You will know what is yours and what is not without argument in your heart. You will see the difference between urgency and assignment. You will feel the difference between pressure and presence. Where voices once tangled, one voice will lead mine. Second, capacity. Where you felt thin and frayed, I thicken your borders. You will host more peace than worry, more joy than fear, more focus than distraction. What used to drain you will no longer have a key to your door. Your no will be clean. Your yes will be bright. Third, companionship. I was always with you, but now you will feel me tangibly. In the kitchen, in your commute, in the ordinary hours where you once felt invisible. I lace your days with gentle coincidences, holy winks that say, I'm here. People of peace will find you. Safe hands will hold what you are building. Community will begin where comparison once said. Let us remember together, just for a breath, what you survived. The apology you never received. The friendship that went silent. The door that slammed without explanation. The diagnosis that rattled your bones. The job that turned into a desert. The hours you kept faithful while hope felt far. None of it was wasted. All of it is woven. You are not the same, and that is the point. You do not fit where you came from, and that is the proof. You no longer make a home in chaos, and that is the miracle. And now, the announcement. Stop. Listen. You finally did it. You crossed the line. You broke the pattern. Heaven noticed. I noticed. And the earth will notice, too. I speak a gentle instruction over you. Pause, breathe, receive. Put down the armor. I will parry it. Step out of the courtroom. The case is closed. Step off the treadmill. The destination has reached you. Sip this moment. Celebrate this altar. Build nothing here except gratitude. Say it with me. We made it. From here forward, doors will open easily. Not because you are manipulating handles, but because I am walking ahead. From here forward, burdens will lift. Not because you are stronger, but because you have learned to give them to me. From here forward, peace will settle where adrenaline used to live. Not because the world changes overnight, but because you have. You will live from a deeper center. Your nervous system will learn the rhythm of grace. You will catch yourself smiling at nothing in particular and realize it is me. My dear one, we need your help to move forward in faith. Press super thanks now, or join as a member to strengthen this ministry. Your support keeps God's word flowing to hearts that need it most. Together, we can shine brighter for His glory. I bless your sleep with rest that stitches you back together. I bless your mornings with first light on the inside. I bless your work with the ease that comes from knowing you are already loved. I bless your home with gentle laughter and rooms that remember worship. I bless your hands to hold what you once feared to hope for. I bless your path with signs that make you grin and say, only God. Thank you for staying. Thank you for letting me be God and not your fear. Thank you for choosing the long obedience in the same direction. Thank you for loving me in the dark. Thank you for coming back when you felt numb. Thank you for telling the truth to me when lies felt easier. Thank you for being you, the you I may. The you I love, the you that is finally free. Now lift your head. The banner over you is not barely. It is not almost. It is not if only. The banner over you is finished in favor. The cross wrote it is finished over every accusation that tried to keep you running. Today I right now begins over every good thing that waited for this hour. Walk forward with open hands. Expect goodness without holding your breath. Expect answers without interrogating them. Expect help and do not apologize for accepting it. Expect joy without searching for the hidden catch. Expect me, because I will be there, again and again, loving you without condition and leading you without confusion. And when you are tempted to doubt whether this softness is real, put your ear to my chest and listen to what I say next. My child, you've done it. You've endured the darkness and remained faithful. Now step forward in peace. What once felt impossible is finished. Heaven rejoices. You finally did it. Child of light, let my spirit shine through you. Carry it into the depths of sorrow. In unity, we weave healing into every wounded heart. My beloved child, pause now. Let the noise around you still and breathe deeply. This moment, yes, this very one, has not arrived by chance. It hath been gently woven into the tapestry of your soul's unfolding. You stand in a sacred intersection between longing and revelation, and I am here. I have watched as questions have risen within you like restless storms, fierce, unrelenting, swirling through the quiet chambers of your heart. You have wondered if your prayers vanish into silence, if heaven listens, if your words dissolve before they reach the divine. I have seen the ache for clarity weigh upon you like a heavy cloak. You have searched the sky for signs, the earth for assurance, and your own soul for peace. But now, child, listen beyond the surface of your fears. There is something waiting here, deeper than comfort, sharper than advice, purer than understanding. It is a voice that does not shout but pierces through the noise of your days. It moves quietly through the secret places of your heart, where only truth resides. If you choose to linger here, if you dare to stay still long enough to listen, you may encounter a love more relentless than your doubts, a call that refuses to let you go, a light that no shadow of condemnation can smother, no weight of shame can dim. But if you turn away too quickly, you may miss the grace formed precisely for your wounds, the healing designed uniquely for your journey, and no others. I do not speak from a distant echo or some faraway throne. I speak now, with the immediacy of breath, with the warmth of presence. I am here, nearer than your pulse, more constant than your thoughts. When anxiety shadows your mind in the silent hours of night, I am the stillness beside your bed. When you are weary from striving and unsure if you can carry the weight of another day, I am the strength that whispers, you are not alone. I see your exhaustion, the tears you hide, the fears you bury beneath your smile. I am the one who gathers every fragment of your being and calls it whole. Not one tear has fallen unnoticed, not one sigh unregistered by my heart. Precious child, I have entrusted you with my boundless love. Pour it into 3 hearts in darkness, and my peace will bring them light. You sometimes fear you are too complex to be understood, too tangled, too inconsistent, too much. But child, I understand you far more deeply than you will ever understand yourself. You see brokenness. I see the raw material of transformation. You see mistakes. I see seeds of redemption taking root. Even now, I am weaving your disappointments with your dreams, your loneliness with your laughter, your failures with your triumphs, turning them all into a story only my hands could craft. Every part of you, every moment, is sacred in my design. Let me show you how to see your days differently, Imagine the ordinary hours, the dishes, the work, the routines, as garden beds waiting for seeds of faithfulness. Nothing is wasted when offered in love. I am as present in your quiet tasks as I am in your greatest prayers. Learn to notice my footsteps in both the mountain and the valley, in both the sunrise and the shadow. I am not closer when you succeed, nor farther when you fall. My love is constant, unwavering, and true. When you choose kindness unseen, when you forgive in silence, when you keep faith without applause, heaven rejoices. These small, hidden acts are the language of eternity. You have felt unseen, haven't you? Overlooked, uncelebrated, perhaps forgotten. Yet nothing escapes my gaze. The world may pass you by, but I never do. Like a shepherd who knows each sheep by name, I know every thought, every dream, every heartbeat that stirs within you. What seems wasted in obscurity is often where I do my most profound work. When memories of the past rise to haunt you, regrets that cling like shadows, mistakes that whisper too late, remember this: my forgiveness is not reluctant. It is abundant. It is a celebration, a homecoming, an embrace that restores rather than condemns. Each time you turn toward me, even trembling, I wipe away the record of what once was. The past has no claim on your identity unless you hand it the pen. In my presence, you are declared new, beloved, free. You are not an afterthought. You are my intentional creation, crafted with precision, chosen with love. There is no randomness in your existence. Every gift within you, every desire to do good, every flicker of compassion reflects my image shining through you. I delight in your voice. I take joy in your authenticity. I await the unique offering that only you can bring to the world. Do not listen to the voice of comparison that whispers you are behind, we're lesser, we're late. Your path is yours alone, and I walk it beside you. The chapters you wish to erase are often the very ones through which I will write your redemption. My purpose for you is not mere survival. It is fullness, wholeness, peace. When fear rises and your heart trembles, remember, I am greater than your fear. Fear feeds on uncertainty, but I am the author of your story. Nothing escapes my oversight. Nothing unfolds outside my loving care. Take courage, beloved one. Even trembling faith is faith enough. As you step forward, strength will meet you. As you trust, provision will unfold. When your resources fade and your energy wanes, let that be the invitation to turn to me again, not as a sign of failure, but as the rhythm of divine partnership. You were never meant to carry this journey alone. I am here, breathing life into your weariness, purpose into your pain, and light into the places you thought would remain forever dark. My child of light, if these words found your soul, keep them as a blessing. Let your love respond, press like as a sign of faith. So, pause now. Rest, breathe, and let my presence fill the spaces within you that words cannot reach. You are seen. You are known. You are loved, completely, eternally, and beyond measure. I am the God of abundance amid scarcity, the wellspring of fulfillment in the desert of hunger, the dawn of clarity that pierces through confusion. When you seek counsel, know that my wisdom is not distant nor reserved for the few. It is as near and constant as sunlight bathing a waiting leaf. I do not withhold direction from the sincere heart. When you call upon me, I answer, not always in the manner you expect, but in ways that lead your spirit toward wholeness. When uncertainty clouds your path, I will not demand you to see the entire horizon. Instead, I will illuminate your next step, one gentle footfall at a time, just enough light for faith to take root, My ways may not align with human logic, for I see what is unseen and know what lies beyond your horizon. Yet they are sure, steady, and filled with purpose. Trust does not require full understanding. It simply opens the door of your heart and allows me to enter the unknown with you. And as you dare to obey, perhaps trembling, perhaps unsure, you will one day look back and find two sets of footprints in the dust. Yours and mine, side by side. There will be seasons that feel like wilderness, vast stretches of silence where my presence seems veiled and my promises delayed. Yet even those barren lands are not wasted. Under my care, no journey is without meaning. In stillness, I am sculpting your resilience. In waiting, I am enlarging your capacity for joy. In loneliness, I am teaching you to discern my whisper amid the clamor of lesser voices. Let the wilderness become your sacred classroom rather than a prison of despair. It is there that illusions fall away, and you learn that your worth is not measured by productivity, success, or the approval of others, but by your belonging to me. You are mine deeply and irrevocably. You are not alone. Even in isolation, I have woven your story into a divine tapestry of connection, threads of lives seen and unseen, souls known and unknown, all meant to reveal new dimensions of my love. Let love therefore be your compass. Be lavish in compassion, patient in understanding, quick to forgive, and cautious with words that wound. Community is my gift to you, a refining fire and a healing balm. Where others have wounded you, let me be your restoration. I am the mender of broken trust, teaching your heart to open again, to rebuild, to risk love anew. You wonder if you are enough for your calling, your relationships, your dreams. Hear me, beloved. You are enough because I am enough within you. Your frailty is not your disqualification, it is your invitation. Bring me your emptiness, your doubts, your unpolished humanity. Watch as I breathe life into your insufficiency, transforming your lack into abundance, your wounds into wisdom, your weakness into strength. Let hope rise again, quietly and steadfastly, within your chest. Hope is not the fragile wish of an optimist. It is the steady conviction that my goodness will triumph, even when your world trembles. Do not bury your hopes as though they are foolish dreams. Plant them deep in the soil of my unchanging faithfulness. I have never spoken a promise I did not intend to fulfill. What I have begun in you, I will complete, not by your might, nor by restless striving, but by my spirit working gently, persistently within you. So come, walk with me further into the unfolding story of your life. Every day in my presence is a new beginning. There is more of my heart yet to be revealed, layers of grace waiting to be discovered in the quiet moments between your breaths. I see you now, your spirit leaning closer, your heart attuned to the faint rhythm of my nearness. Feel the certainty of my gaze upon you. You are not lost. You are not unseen. Every hidden hope, every silent ache, every unspoken prayer is known to me and held with tenderness. As I treasure the vastness of the heavens I stretched above you, so too do I treasure the vastness of your inner world. Precious one, I give you the treasure of my love. Place it tenderly in 3 longing hearts, and my peace will dwell richly there. My voice does not hide behind riddles or mystery for its own sake. I invite you to come nearer, to rest, to exhale, to dwell in the warmth of my unwavering love. Even when all else proves fleeting, my affection for you remains the one constant truth. There is something I am always revealing, a tenderness at the very center of my being, reserved for you. It is not withheld out of reluctance, but offered in divine timing, because I delight when you pause long enough to listen, to trust, to realize that what your soul longs for most has already found you. Yes, there will be moments when shadows lengthen and the weight of living presses heavy upon your chest. You will know doubt, anxiety, weariness. You will walk through valleys where faith feels like a whisper and strength feels like memory. But hear me, none of those moments are outside my sight. Every tear has been gathered in my keeping, every sigh noted, every faltering step recorded as precious. My comfort is not abstract. It is my presence itself, enfolding, sustaining, steady. When the night stretches long and your strength dissolves, I carry you. I do not tire of your weakness. I do not grow impatient with your process. Dependence on me is not failure. It is the truest form of maturity. My love is not distant approval. It is active engagement. I enter the raw, unpolished spaces of your reality. The arguments, the disappointments, the loneliness, the moments you wish unseen. There, in the midst of your humanity, my grace does its quiet, transforming work. I do not ask you to bring perfection to me. I ask you to bring honesty. Bring the truth of who you are, and I will meet you there, in your imperfection. I will reveal my perfection. In your surrender, I will reveal my strength, and in your ordinary, I will reveal my glory. So rest, beloved. You are held, known, and endlessly loved. Let us continue, hand in hand, step by step. For the story we write together is eternal, and every chapter, joyful or sorrowful, is sacred in my sight. When fear rises within you and words tremble on your tongue, let your heart speak to me without restraint. You never need to censor your truth in my presence. I am your sanctuary, a refuge for every confession, every hidden sorrow, and every unspoken longing. Come as you are, raw and unfiltered, for I am not startled by your darkness, nor do I shrink back from your pain. I receive it all, the tangled thoughts, the weary silence, the questions you barely dare to ask. When you pour your burdens into my hands, remember, these are the same hands that shaped the stars, carved rivers into the earth, and breathed life into your soul. Yet, they are gentle enough to cradle your trembling hopes and careful enough to hold the fragile fragments of your heart without breaking a single one. Transformation does not begin with your striving. It begins with your surrender, with your willingness to sit with me in truth. I do not desire performance or perfection. I desire honesty. Bring me your regrets, your unanswered prayers, the places within you where trust feels thin and faith flickers like a dying flame. I am not threatened by your doubt. I welcome your questions, your wrestling, even your anger, because every moment of honest conversation draws you closer into the gravity of my love, a love that is patient, healing, and unending. There are still wounds waiting to be healed, dreams lying dormant beneath the weight of fear, and habits born from pain. I see them all, not with judgment, but with compassion. My restoration does not rush. It unfolds gently, layer by layer, moment by moment. I do not offer a quick fix, but a sacred process of renewal, shaping you through each sunrise, teaching you to breathe again in places that once felt lifeless. You were never meant to walk this journey in isolation. When you open your heart to me, you open the door to peace, a peace that surpasses all human understanding. This peace does not crumble under pressure or vanish in uncertainty. It is not conditional, not fragile, not dependent on perfect circumstances. It is rooted in belonging, in knowing that you are mine. Your identity is anchored in a love that cannot be shaken by failure, forgotten by distance, or dimmed by doubt. My love is not a distant, impersonal force. It is near. It is personal. It is a warmth that wraps around your soul when the world feels cold. It is a steady flame that pursues you through every shadow, weaving threads of hope even through what seems irredeemable. There is nothing you can do to disqualify yourself from my affection. Your pain does not repel me. It calls me nearer. The places of loss and disappointment you try to hide, those are the very grounds where I long to bring healing. I am not impressed by your accomplishments nor disheartened by your failures. I am not looking for your perfection, only for the openness of your heart. The courage to whisper yes to my presence, even when you feel least worthy, moves heaven itself. You may wrestle with your worth, question your purpose, or fear that your life is too small to matter. Yet I tell you this: you were not made by accident. Every heartbeat, every tear, every moment of your existence has meaning. You are a vital part of the story I am writing, a living word in the poetry of eternity. Do not believe the lie that you are too broken, too ordinary, or too stained by your past. I call those lies what they are, empty echoes meant to distract you from truth. I see beyond the surface, beyond the scars, into your divine design, unmarred by shame, radiant with purpose. I redeem every chapter you thought was ruined. My redemption is not generic. It is deeply personal, shaped to the contours of your story. I love you with a constancy that does not falter when you fall. My love follows you into the wilderness, waits for you in the silence, and stands beside you in the storms. Even when you cannot feel me, I am nearer than your next breath. Trust can be hard when pain lingers and answers seem delayed, but I promise, your suffering is not meaningless. I am using it to carve beauty, to forge resilience, to cultivate faith that will outlast every temporary sorrow. I am the gardener of your soul. I do not abandon what I plant. Where you see only barrenness, I am nurturing hidden life. Where you interpret delay as rejection, I am preparing the soil for a harvest that is yet unseen. My patience with you exceeds every mistake, overcomes every doubt, and holds steady through every storm. Each sunrise declares a new beginning with me. My mercy renews with every morning light. The past cannot imprison you when you choose to walk in the freedom I have already given. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, yet I am always moving in fresh, surprising ways within your story. I call you brave for your willingness to begin again, to hope again, to love again, even after heartbreak. Nothing you confess drives me away. Instead, I draw nearer, infusing your weary spirit with courage, comforting you in the silence, steadying you through the waiting. Look at how far we have already journeyed together, through valleys that tried to swallow your light, across nights that seemed endless. And yet, every step was seen, sanctified, and surrounded by my presence. I am working even now, in details too intricate for your eyes to discern. Do not believe the lie that you have been forgotten. My gaze has never left you. My attention is not divided. I do not lose interest when you stumble. I draw you close to remind you that my faithfulness is your shelter. Your weaknesses are not your shame. They are the very doorway through which my strength pours in. Where you see only lack, I see possibility. Where you see brokenness, I see becoming. And where you feel small, I see the reflection of my greatness in you. So come to me, not with rehearsed words but with your real heart. Let every sigh become a prayer. Let every tear become a seed. And know this: you are safe in my love, now and always. Let every breath you take become an act of trust, a quiet surrender that whispers, I am held. Each inhale and exhale is a sacred rhythm between your heart and mine. In every moment of stillness, acknowledge not only my goodness, but also the goodness I have woven into you. Even your smallest gestures of faith, a sigh, a hope, a whispered prayer, are treasures in my eyes. They are not insignificant. They are seeds planted in the deep soil of your journey, destined to rise and bloom in their appointed season. You are not walking this path alone. I am within you, round you, and before you, shaping what feels unfinished, healing what feels broken, and drawing you steadily toward the certainty of my love. Allow your soul to exhale. You do not need to strive for what I freely give. My presence is not earned. It is inherited. My guidance is not a reward. It is a promise. In the coming moments, expect to sense my nearness more tenderly, more vividly, as if the very air itself is carrying my whisper. Your story is still unfolding in my hands, and I am not impatient with your process. I have watched you through every day and night, the hidden hours, the silent thoughts beneath your words, the quiet longings you hardly understand yourself. You have wondered if I see you, if I notice the details others overlook, if I care about what feels too small to matter. Beloved, hear me. Not a single breath escapes my notice. Not a single tear vanishes into the dark unseen. Every step, every ache, every joy, all of it lives in my awareness. Your story is precious to me because it is part of my own. You are not an afterthought. You are a continuation of my expression. When you rise with heaviness, uncertain of the day ahead, know that I have already gone before you. When you crumble beneath the strain of expectation, my arms remain steady beneath you, patient, unwavering, not judging you as the world does, but inviting you to simply rest. My voice comes in many ways. Sometimes it is so gentle that you must quiet the clamor of the world to notice it. At other times, it comes like a spark, sudden clarity, a conviction that settles deep in your spirit and cannot be denied. There is no formula for my nearness, because I am not distant. Even when you feel far, I am not. I am nearer than your very breath. The lies that whisper you must perform to earn love, or that your weakness disqualifies you from my attention, let them fall away now, like dust shaken from your soul. My affection cannot be earned. My grace cannot be traded. They are the atmosphere of your being, invisible yet essential, like sunlight on your skin, present whether you notice or not. Still, I long for you to open your heart and consciously receive it. Do you remember those seasons when you reached for comfort and found only silence? Let me show you what you could not see. In that silence, I was already working, preparing hope in hidden soil, cultivating new life where you thought nothing could grow. My wisdom often moves against human logic, yet it always moves for you, never against you. As you look back, I will illuminate the patterns, the golden threads of mercy that have quietly carried you through storms and deserts. Nothing you have endured has been wasted. Every season of sorrow hath been seen. Every loss hath been measured and remembered in the chambers of my heart. You are never alone, not in grief, not in joy, not in the in-between spaces where you wait for clarity. Even when you saw no way forward, I was already making one. The world rushes and measures time with anxious hands, always demanding more, moving faster. But I am not confined by that clock. What feels like delay to you is often protection. What feels like ending is often a pause for renewal. I work in depths your eyes cannot yet perceive. I plant roots when you are tempted to chase leaves. When disappointment clouds your confidence, come and sit with me. No rehearsed words are needed. Your silence is prayer enough. I do not keep a record of your failures or compare your path to another's. My invitation is steady and gentle. Come as you are. Bring me the raw truth of your heart. I will never tire of hearing your voice, never grow weary of your need. Release the weight of control. Trade your striving for surrender. Trade your perfectionism for presence. What I desire most is not your flawless performance, but your open, yielded heart. When you bring me your whole self, even the parts you hide, you invite transformation to take root. Growth is born in surrender. Joy blossoms through trust. If you could see yourself through my eyes, even for a single moment, you would know how deeply and completely you are loved. My gaze does not waver with disappointment. It rests upon you with compassion, delight, and unending hope. I see the corners of your soul still locked away, the rooms guarded by fear or shame. I stand at their doors and knock softly, never forcing, always waiting. Not because I demand, but because I long to set you free. Where you have known scarcity, I am bringing abundance. Where you have heard the echo of condemnation, I am speaking new words: belonging, restoration, purpose. Only my truth defines you, and my truth liberates. You do not need to hold everything together. You do not need to wear masks to be worthy of my presence. My strength is not reserved for the flawless. It is made perfect in the broken and the real. I honor authenticity, not image. When you are weary, I call you to rest. When you are overwhelmed, I offer peace that logic cannot explain. This promise is not for the chosen few. It is for you, right now, in this breath, in this moment. So imagine, beloved, if you dared to trust me fully in this season, not merely with your words but with the hidden chambers of your being. What burdens might you lay down? What dreams might awaken in the warmth of my care? I know the depths of your longings, spoken and unspoken, the hopes you barely allow yourself to admit. And I am not finished with you. You are still becoming all I intended, still unfolding under the light of my love. Rest now in this truth. You are seen. You are known. You are loved beyond measure. And every breath you take is a reminder you are never alone. For I am always here, closer than your heartbeat, forever faithful, forever yours. I hold all things within my hands, the seen and the unseen, the known and the forgotten. I am the sustainer and the restorer, the one who renews what has faded, who breathes life into what feels too late or beyond repair. With me there is no too late. There is no ending that I cannot turn into a beginning. I make all things new, even those parts of your story that you have long abandoned to silence. There are moments when you imagine that purpose belongs to others, that their calling is brighter, their gifts more valuable, their paths more significant. But I tell you, beloved, that within you I have hidden treasures that reflect the subtle beauty of my own heart. These treasures are not ordinary. They carry the imprint of divine intention. No one else bears them in quite the same way. Your gentleness, your compassion, your laughter and tears, all these are sacred notes in the symphony of my creation. They are melodies only you can bring forth, and without them, the music of life would be incomplete. The world may overlook you, dismiss you, or fail to understand the depths of who you are, but I never do. I see what others pass by. I celebrate what others disregard. I cherish every authentic part of you, your courage in the face of fear, your honesty in weakness, your persistence in pain, your kindness that expects nothing in return. I see what is genuine, what is humble, what is wounded yet still willing to love. Nothing in your life is wasted, not your striving, not your sorrow, not even the smallest act of love offered in quiet faith. I see every hidden moment, every unseen sacrifice. Lift your gaze from the ground, child. Look into my eyes and remember what is true. When doubt crowds your thoughts and confusion reigns, I remain your peace. In uncertainty, I am your clarity. And as you linger in my presence, trust begins to grow, not in the noise of striving, but in the quiet rhythm of knowing you are held and deeply known. Do not despise your weakness, for it is often there that I meet you most profoundly. I am not impressed by the world's definition of strength. I delight in humility, in the steady heart that continues to believe, in the soul that refuses to stop hoping. Let your confidence rest not in shifting circumstances, but in my unchanging character. I do not withhold good from those I love. If there is waiting, it is never neglect. It is preparation for joy far greater than you imagine. Where you see obstacles, I am crafting miracles in secret places. Where you see delay, I am aligning divine timing. Let your heart breathe again. Release the fear that you are falling short. My presence is not earned. It is freely given, poured out without measure. I invite you into a life not defined by comparison or success, but by deep communion with me. In that sacred closeness, you will find that your smallest prayers are treasured, your deepest needs are known, and your identity is secure in my eternal love. There will be seasons when your path feels tangled, when the thorns of confusion press in, and you question whether I am still near. But hear me now. You are never abandoned, never overlooked, never forgotten. I am closer than your breath, familiar with every detail of your journey, each step and every stumble. My gaze is fixed upon you with unwavering affection. I have seen you in the quiet hours where hope flickers like a fragile flame, and even then, I am fanning the embers of your faith until they burn steady and bright again. You are on a journey, but you are not walking alone. My spirit moves before you, guiding, guarding, and preparing the way. There is no valley too shadowed, no wilderness too desolate, no mountain too steep for my presence to reach you. Even when you cannot see the road ahead, even when you step forward trembling, you are walking on the edge of miracles unseen. Each act of trust opens the door to greater grace. Remember this: I am the one who formed you, who shaped you with purpose before the dawn of time. I know your frame, your fears, your desires, and the rhythm of your heartbeat. The stories of your ancestors, the promises for your future, all are written within my heart. Every detail of your existence rests in the strength of my hand. Do not measure your worth by progress or the applause of others. When you feel hidden or unseen, know this: your significance is not in what you accomplish, but in the truth that you are mine. My love for you is not fragile, not conditional, not fleeting. It is eternal, fierce, and unbreakable. The world's approval wavers, but my affection stands immovable, a fortress of belonging you can always return to. If you are weary from striving, come, rest in me.